Hello, and we are doing the Halloween edition of Ask Your Aromatherapist today. Happy Halloween, everyone. Hopefully you're wearing some really cool costumes. I have some questions that people have been asking in regards to several different really interesting concerns. So I'm going to start off with Kate. So Kate wanted to know about lesser known oils for relaxation and meditation. So when you want to meditate, you want to focus yourself, you kind of want to still thoughts, you want to become more present, and oils that I find help with that are oils like violet leaf. So violet leaf is actually a sedative. And a narcotic, so it can really help put your body into a deeper trance-like state. So that would be for like a really, really deep, relaxing moment that you would need. I would pair it with some neroli, which is orange blossom, if you're struggling with a bout of extreme insomnia, or you were like seeking to be extra relaxed. So there's that one. I also suggest Palo Santo and frankincense sacra for meditation, so you could diffuse them. And I also love clary sage, and I love vetiver because they're both so grounding, and they're going to help our nervous system kind of depress itself and like relax. Alice was asking about Neroli Sur Fleurs petitgrain, and other than diffusing it, what it could be blended with potentially. So Neroli Sur Fleurs petitgrain is actually a co-distillation. So what that means is neroli flowers, orange blossom flowers, which I was just talking about, are co-distilled with petitgrain, which is the leaves and the branches of the orange blossom trees. So you've got the lovely sedative components of neroli, and you've got the slightly more balancing components of petitgrain co-distilled together in its own essential oil. So it's going to be citrusy and light and very fresh, green smelling. So you're going to want to pair it with citruses. Obviously, orange blossom is going to make it smell good. Other citruses like tangerine, mandarin, lime. We've got 2 different kinds of lime that you could do. You could add more petitgrain in there. You could put a little bit of galbanum in there if you wanted to make a really pretty like springtime blend. Lavender goes well with everything. Rosewood has some nice citrus smells in it. So you've got lots of options. You could also do blood orange, which is my favorite essential oil for Halloween. So another question is coming from Beth, and she wants to know about good oils for labor and postpartum. So with labor, one of my favorite oils to use is jasmine, because it's both a painkiller and it's also like an analgesic, and it's a relaxant, and its effect on our brain chemistry is actually similar to like eating a bar of chocolate. It actually has a really lovely action on our stress. So I go for jasmine. Blood orange again is really good because it's got a euphoric effect on our mental state. And postpartum, if you wanted to do a sitz bath, I actually recommend our Perry salts or our Perry spray, which have a cooling effect, anti-inflammatory effect. There's some cucumber powder in there, and I would add a touch of geranium just to the salts, maybe 1 or 2 drops to the whole bottle. So you just put a couple drops in a cup of it, and then just do a sitz bath, and you'd be good to go. So that's for more like southern regions, postpartum care, and for baby blues and postpartum depression, we have a Happy Mama blend. So for all those mamas out there, my sister's one of them. Congratulations, Sarah. I always recommend our Happy Mama blend. Our 5 minutes peace blend is really good too. And lavender and chamomile, you never fail. So thanks for your question, Beth. Amanda was asking about my thoughts on the new trend of personal diffusers, or inhalers as I like to call them, monk or corked. So I actually have a little bit of research that I did about these because I was really curious about the safety. So for those who vape, so basically you've probably seen the videos online shared on Facebook or on blogs. They're basically personal vaporizers, and they have vegetable glycerin and essential oils in them. So they're heating the essential oils and the glycerin up to create a vapor that you would then breathe in. For those of you that have never heard of these things before. But what it is doing is changing the essential oils on a chemical level by using heat. So we're not quite sure what is happening to the essential oils at that heat. So it's changing them on a molecular level. And then you're also inhaling vegetable glycerin, which I'm not quite sure you would want to do because there's been no studies on it, or like how it could potentially benefit us or how it could hurt our bodies. So I would stay away from it for the most part, just because I'm not sure. And I like to see testing on stuff. I like hard numbers. It begs further investigation. So to each their own, do what you're gonna do. But know that it is unsure how many milligrams of essential oil will be in your bloodstream, what the effects of vegetable glycerin when it's been inhaled are, and it's not a diffuser. It's going into a mucous membrane, so you're inhaling the vapor and you're holding it in your mouth, and you've got a lot of blood vessels in your mouth, so it's going directly into your bloodstream. So you're getting pretty instantaneous effects, but a safer option might be a diffuser. So they also are not refillable as far as we can tell, which is not in line with our vision of a refillery and a more sustainable future. So that is kind of what I've found out personally in my research in regards to the personal vape pens. I hope that answered your question. Thanks so much, Amanda. Okay, Manuela. Manuela was asking what's good for sinus and cold and good for use in baths for babies. So depends on how old the baby is, first things first. But we always err on the side of caution. So I instantly reach for Ravent Sarah, and I like to use it for respiratory complaints. And it's a 1% dilution or less, 0.5% dilution. So that means 99.5% Epsom salts and water, or any other carrier of your choice, and then 0.5% essential oils, because they are just that intense. A great alternative would be our All Better blend, which is safe for babies. So there's that. And you could also just take your lovely child on your breast and massage some All Better chest balm. Hop into the shower with them, hold them tight, and the heat from your body and the heat from the shower should diffuse the oils in the chest balm if you feel uncomfortable putting the chest balm on your baby topically. So you could do that, and you could also just put a single drop on the tiling of your shower. It needs to be a warm shower, preferably not a hot shower, so we don't aggravate their respiratory tract. And the steam should open up things. It should help with breathing, and yeah, help with all of those concerns. Amanda's asking for blends for inhalation or topical use for chronic pain and stress. So in terms of stress, inhalation is great. So you can affect your mood and your emotions and your emotional state when you're inhaling essential oils, because they are actually just traveling through the memory and emotional center of your brain when you're smelling them. For the topical use would be for chronic pain. So interestingly enough, for stress and for chronic pain, there's some overlap. So ones that you could use that would address both. So if you're doing a massage, you can actually benefit the emotional effects of and the balancing effects of, let's say, lavender Frankincense is a great anti-inflammatory. You could do marjoram is one of my favorites. It's really, really lovely. And all of those, so frankincense, carteri, lavender, augustifolia, and marjoram, all of those would be great for dealing with the pain. You could mix those topically in an oil with some castor, some arnica infused oil, and maybe a little bit of fractionated coconut oil, and you could create like a salve or an essential oil rub down for like after your workout, or you could add a couple of drops of each of those oils to a cup of Epsom salts and take a lovely relaxing bath. So yay, that is actually pretty much us done. So spooky, scary. Go hand out some candy if that's what you're into. I hope you're all having a wonderful Halloween. Maybe diffuse some blood orange, and I'll see you again in a couple of weeks for the next installment. Bye.